Hey, Joey.
Hello. I was so confused.
So we just did some stretching. So if you haven't stretched, please stretch, and then so pause and restart. So we're gonna warm up with the key of A, 12-bar blues. All right. So let's get out this key of A 12-bar blues. Bluesy doozoomy, doozamana, doozeroni.
Next time you ever do that, do it to Gabriel.
He said hello first. All right. Okay, so now please let us remember how to strum and swing time. How do we count it? Remember?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. 1, up 2, up 3, up 4. Okay, so that's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, yep. Okay, here we go. So start with it. You need it?
No.
Okay. 1, up 2, up 3, up 4. 1, up 2, up 4. 1, up 2, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, particular reason why you're playing G in this chord progression?
Sorry, I meant to do A, but my hand always is hardwired to G. My hand is hardwired to G.
No G in this chord progression, but hold that thought because we're gonna look at some other chords in here too. Okay.
Gosh.
Okay, let's do this one more time as a warm up. So warming up, getting that chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk feel. Okay. Yes. Alrighty. So no.
I don't like
No. So, hey, and I saw you caught yourself. You were like, I'm going the wrong way. I need to switch my arm. And then you're like, and you did it right. So, you figured that out just by watching. Thank you. Good. Okay, again. 1, up 2, up 3, up 4. 1, 2, starting with the 1 on down. 1, up 2, up 3, up 4. 1, 2, up 3, up 4. 1, following the music, okay? Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to add something different this time. Would you please, above the very last A on your 12-bar blues, write E7 above there.
Wait, what?
Leave the A there, but also write E7 above, okay? So, now, let's play this again, but instead of playing the A on the last, please play the E7. And when you do that, we're going to go right back up to the top, okay? So we're going to play it through twice. The first time, use the E7. The second time, end on A, okay? Capiche? Okay, let's do it. Did you hear any of that?
At the end of A, it needs to be an E7.
You're close. There's more to it.
But,
We're going to play through twice.
okay.
First time, use the E7 at the end. Second time, use the A.
Okay.
No G's, no C's. Okay, here we go. Follow along with where you are, okay? So I know sometimes it's like if your brain wanders for even half a second, you're like, where am I? I don't know. Okay, so to keep your brain on where we are with our brains. And if you wander a little bit, you can look at my hand, okay? Because it happens to everybody. You get distracted by something, and that just happens. Our brains do that. So, but if you feel like you're distracted for a second, and you're like, oh, looking at the music, like, I don't know where we are. Look here. This is where I'll be, okay? All right, here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1. That was our warm-up. We're going to talk for a little bit here. I don't know. I'll just pick a random chord and throw in there, but let me tell you about it. Okay, so in the blues and in lots of music, there is a thing called a turnaround. Turn around. Turn around, turn around, turn around. So, somewhere near that bottom corner, where we threw that E7 in there, please write this definition. Turnaround. All one word. Even though it seems like it should be 2 words, in music it's 1 word. Turnaround, a passage at the end of a section which leads to the next section. Passage at the end of a section which leads to the next section. Yes. Yes. A passage at the end of a section that leads to the next section. So in the case of the 12-bar blues, the turnaround is just 1 chord, it's 1 bar. So instead of playing the A at the end of the bar, we play the E7. And the reason is because when we play A, the song feels done. When we play E7, it feels like, let's keep going.
Yeah, because E7 is a very good ending chord.
Not for this key, exactly. So 7 chords are generally, they're used at the end of songs sometimes, but in general, 7 chords are not used at the end of songs. But certainly a song in the key of A that ends in A feels done. And when it ends on the E7, it feels like we're going to keep going. So I'm going to play this last line if you'll listen 1 second. Listen to how it feels different. So here's the last line. Don't you feel like you want to go somewhere now? Somewhere else? It's just hanging out there. Where else are we going to go? Let's do something. Listen to the difference. Complete, right? It feels complete. So that is the purpose of the turnaround. The turnaround keeps the song going. And you don't stop until you stop. You keep turning around until the song is over. So, in the 12-bar blues, the turnaround is always the same chord as the, what is that, 9th measure of the 12?
Yeah.
Yes? So that's what the turnaround is in 12-bar blues. So, in this case, that's the E7. Yeah? Okay, so let's play through this same thing using the turnaround. Same thing we just did. So turn around one time and then end, okay? Play through twice. If you're going to play through twice, you need to have the turnaround or it's going to feel finished. So we're going to play through twice. And then we'll finish after the second time on the A, okay? Here we go, 2 times through. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1. Hold on, let me just check this chord. What's your D7? Let me see it. Okay. Maybe you're playing these 2 notes. Just sounded a little muddy over here. Yeah, so try just playing your first, the first 4 strings. Okay, here we go. Yes, lovely. That's quite pretty. Here we go. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and 8. Switch. Yes, better. The up feels like it's part of the, but the down is the downbeat. The downs are the counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Cool. All right. So you feel the difference? You hear, feel the difference between the turnaround and the finish?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. More theory. More theory. Theorema. Do you need this anymore?
No.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya. We want to be ya. Actually, it'd be kind of fun to be you for a day. Wouldn't that be so cool if we could like switch beings for a day?
No.
Just be like, what's it like to be you?
Yeah, I could see you guys coming. I could see you guys coming around the mountain like a session.
We
like
could
a few
switch.
sessions early.
Right. Like we could switch and like you could be standing here teaching. You'd know all the guitar knowledge I have. That'd be kind of cool for a day. And I could be you for a day and be like, oh my God, life is so fun being in what, 3rd grade? Fourth grade? I'd be like, 4th grader, yeah! Like, so this is what it's like to be Gabriel. All right, here we go. This is more information about 12-bar blues and the blues in general. Do you know what this means?
So basically, there's going to be several patterns.
You know what these are?
Each pattern is labeled by each one, and it's on the line them up. And whenever it shows one of those, you have to play that pattern.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. Do you know what these are?
No, Roman numerals.
These are Roman numerals, yes, exactly.
I knew what Roman numerals were, but
Yes. And so why are they're used in?
I was just saying what they were used in music.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so these are Roman numerals, and we're going to use them in music. So here's a few. I wrote them too big, so I need to make this a little smaller. So what Roman numeral is this?
1.
1. What do you think this is?
2.
3.
We already know. 4.
Okay, that one's weird though, right?
Well, yeah. Well, what it means is it's 5 but 1 back.
1, yeah, 5 minus 1.
And then it's
This one's
5.
5.
And 5 but 1 4, it's a 6.
5 plus 1, 6, and 5 plus 2, 7. Okay? Yes, this is 5 minus 1, this is 5 plus 1. There's more to it, but the only ones we need to know are these in music. Okay? So, the other thing to know is that this also means 1, and this also means 2. 1, 2, 3. IV, V, VI, and VII. Okay, so little ones also mean 1 through 7. So lowercase but cursive. Usually it's cursive. Sometimes when it's shown on the computer, they can't do cursive on the computer, so it'll just look like two little I's. So lowercase and uppercase. Uppercase means major chords. Lowercase means minor chords. Okay, got that so far? So far, so good? Okay. All right. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee. Wait, major, minor, major. Major, minor, minor. This is minor. Wait, wait, wait. And these are major. Okay. So, in the key of, let's say, A, because why not? Because here we are. A.
A, B.
Probably. C, this is technically C sharp, but you don't need to understand that right now. D. Don't freak out about the sharps, okay? So actually, let's actually pretend they're not there because that's going to be distracting, okay? So pretend those aren't there. We don't have to worry about them really right now. Okay, so in the key of A, the I is 1. Is it major or minor?
Major.
It's major. The 2 is B.
Minor.
It's minor. The 3 is C sharp, minor. The 4 is D, major. Okay, we're going to look at these chords specifically, so I'm just going to circle the ones we really need. And the 5 is major. And these ones we don't really need, but these will be F sharp minor and G sharp major. So, this is all to say that when we are looking at the 12-bar blues, we need to know these 3 chords, right? These are the ones we're using, A and D and E, right? With some 7s. So every 12-bar blues starts with the 1. So the pattern for 12-bar blues, as you were getting to, Holden mentioned these patterns, right? This is a way of describing the pattern without talking about what chord to play, but just the pattern. Pattern starts with a 1. What's the next chord in our pattern?
5, 4.
D, right? And so D is the 4. The 4, but it's a 4-7, right? It's the 7th of whatever that 4th chord is going to be. Making sense at all? Let's do a little more decoding. What's the next chord? After the D7 is? One second. In the pattern. Okay, so we're going to use this pattern. We're using this pattern starting with A, right? A, D, well D7, and then A is the next chord. So what is the next symbol here we need? Exactly a 1. I know, doesn't matter what you say if no one else understands it. Okay, and then the 4th chord is what?
A minor, 1, A7.
It's a 1. It's a 1-7, right?
1, 7.
It's the 7th of whatever that 1 chord is. Okay, so stop right there. Imagine we were doing this in a different key. Imagine we were doing this in the key of G.
Yes.
G, and this is A.
G.
And just so you know, this is technically F sharp, but we don't care right now. Okay, so if we were doing this same 12-bar blues, but we're going to do it in the key of G now, what's the first chord?
The first chord would be...
sorry, hold it. G, right. Then what's this?
G, C7.
C7. What's this?
G.
Stop. G. And what's this?
G7. Wait, no. G7.
Yes, this is G7. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to translate this whole thing into the key of G. So using this, remembering from A, what is D? What's the next one we need? Where's my black line?
So after D7, we'll need...
Should I put A back up here? Would that help you?
Yeah.
I'll just put the ones we need, okay? So here's A and D and E.
Oh.
So, next we need a 4, right?
Yeah, we need a 4, 7, and then...
Which is
we
what
need,
chord?
C7.
C7.
Yeah, C7. And we need another C7.
Okay, so let me ask Gabriel for the last 2 here. After this 2, then we need what?
1, 1.
Yeah. Sweet. Last line. What's this one going to be?
It's going to be 5, 7.
Which is what chord?
It would be D7.
Yeah. And then? Does that make sense why this is a 5 now?
I had it for a second.
Okay. So the chord on the A, the key of A, right, is E7. Yes? So we need a 5, 7 in the key of D is going to be D7. And the key of G is going to be D7. That make sense? Okay, so now tell me what this one is. What's this chord?
C7.
And then what's this?
1, 1.
Well, what if we turn around?
Oh, yeah. If we turn around, then D7.
Exactly. So these 2 chords are always the same if it's turning around. It's the only other time we get the 5 in there. 5 just shows up to get us here and get us out. Moves around. So, or, whoops, I put the 1s here. I really meant to put G's. These are G's. And this is a G. Chord letter I. What chord was that? Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that Joey can see that real quick. So that's what we're going to play. So pause if you need to pause so you can see that, or write it down. Okay. So, who knows where their C7s and G7s and D7s are?
Not me.
Well, you know where your D7 is. Get out your chord chart if you need it. Oops, on the floor. Go get it.
I know where they're arms. So let's see.
Yes. Right, so remember, Gabriel, you said you saw people playing G another way like this? If you want to try playing it this way, you can. It's very easy to switch from G to G7 that way. I never can remember to do it, but if you want to start practicing learning to do that now, you can if you want to. All right, here we go. 12 bar blues in the key of G. Up here, where your eyeball is going to be, unless you want to try and translate it from here in your head. You could try that too. Here we go. 1, 2. What's your first chord?
G.
Nice.
I know. I still think it there.
Just tell your hand that, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 bar blues still. Has the same exact structure, it's just in a different key. Right? So the structure is shown by the Roman numerals, and then we can do the same pattern in any key. You could pick B flat if you wanted to. Very few guitarists would do that, but you could. Could always use a capo. So that is your homework this week, is to find one more key to write this out in. So let's make sure we have the pattern. Above this, we're going to write the Roman numerals. Okay? So let me write them all in here for you. This is for so write this pattern with the Roman numerals, and then you're going to figure this out in another cue. Okay? So, go. So above these, you're going to be writing like Roman numeral 1, and then Roman numeral 4, 7, and this is going to be Roman numeral 1, 1, 7, like that. I'll get you closer so you can see that. That's fine. Oops. Well, that's not helping. There we go. So pause and write that down. And then you can just write it on the back of your key of A. You can write it in another key. Okay, so here's the trick. You have to pick a key that we have on chord store. So that means as you're looking through things, when you start with figuring out, for example, another key, what if you started with B? Well, we don't even know B. So we wouldn't want to pick the key of B, right? So pick a key when you start to write it out, that when you get to the 1 and the 4 and the 5, those are chords you know, and that are on one of your chord charts, okay? Okay, so now we've done it for G and A, so pick something else. And that's your work for this week, and then bring it back next week and we will play a song in one of those keys, okay? Capiche? Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, right, so this is the pattern. This is the pattern that's true for every key of every 12-bar blues. And then we translate that to chords as we need to, okay? Sweet. So this way, lots of people memorize this pattern so that when someone says, hey, all right, this song's in the key of G 12-bar blues. And I'm like, okay, and then that's G, C, and D. I got it, ready to go. I know which ones those are because they know the relationships. And you will too someday. This is the start of that, okay? So go forth and be amazing. Thank you. Peace out. Hope you got all that. We'll see you soon.